Okay, I'm digging into this thing. It's really way too warm to be doing this, but to make sure I don't go too far out, I saw on the internet you put these little sticks in about a foot or so, then you're not going to carve too far out. However, I can also notice the light starting to come through if I get too close, so that's another good warning. I've got my helper here, who's the spotter, and I'm going to continue shoveling in here. I'm horribly prepared as far as winter gear, so I'm using my shower curtain on the ground to make sure I don't get saturated in snow. And got goggles on so I don't get it in the face, got gloves. I'm gonna burrow away at this and we'll just keep piling the snow outside, and hopefully I'll get to sleep in it tonight. Even being in there, I can notice it's so cozy compared with outside, especially once it starts to cool down. So that's what we're up to, and we'll keep hacking away at this. And when we can get in for a shot, we'll do some inside shots, and we'll have some meals and hunker down. All right, I've got it hollowed out pretty much right to the back. Matt's been a really great help here. He's just piling all the snow over here. I beaver tail it out of here. He shovels it into this pile, which is going to be a great wind break for the wind. And I'm gone about as far in as I'm gonna. So I'm gonna work outwards, but I'll take you inside, show you what I got so far, and then we'll just keep working on this. And tonight I'll warm it up with the lantern, get an ice crust, cool it down, bring in my stuff, and I'll be down for the night. Howdy! I'm gonna take this in there. I've got it as hollowed as I'm gonna get it. It's gonna melt in a couple of weeks anyway, so I'm not too crazy about making this a permanent thing. But I'm gonna put some heat in there just to kind of get the ice crust inside, and then I'll take it out, I'll let it cool down, and then I'll take you on a tour inside. I was gonna do that right now, but my GoPro is frozen, so I let that warm up, and then I'll bring it in there because this camera's not gonna show too much in there at all. But crawl in and set this up. We'll get the ice crust inside. Now you're camping with Steve. Okay guys, the GoPro started working, so I will give you the tour of the tent here while I got the lantern in there. But lantern is really in there just to get this snow melted. It's cozy and warm in here. It's big enough to easily lay down in. You could have a couple of people in here. And didn't collapse on me. I found those little sticks you put through to let you know how far you're in. They're good, but I could tell by just the light coming through. Pretty much when the light started coming through, that was when I was hitting the stick. So I just went with that. But this light is gonna get a little crust here, and we'll be back here in a bit to take the lantern out of here. But this is surprisingly warm in here, and I'll have a tarp and a sleeping bag. But in the meantime, it's time to make some food. It's burgers tonight with my hired help. Well, hired him with food. So off we go. Keep that heat in there. I think this is pretty well got a melted crust inside. It's been about an hour, and it's not a big enclosure. So I'm gonna pull the lantern out, and then the cool evening air is gonna flood inside, make more of a protective dome for me. And then I'll crawl in after I have some burgers with Matt here, and we'll be done. Walls are perfect. Okay, before I start dinner, I have to give a shout out to Honest Bob, the first person ever who subscribed to me that sent me money for beer. So I went down, I actually picked up Granville Island Brewing winter ale because, well, I suppose it was winter, it's the first day of spring or something. But I'm going to be enjoying this tonight and sharing some with the good hired help here, Matt, who's done a great job shoveling. Contact Kansas City Mechanical for all your plumbing and heating needs. But yeah, we're going to cook up some burgers, have this, deal with the ice fishing, or not the ice fishing hut, the igloo, and then we're going to be calling it a day. Winter ale. Cheers to Honest Bob. It almost tastes like a chocolatey ale. I'm no liquor connoisseur, but this is far superior to what I normally drink. So, once again, thanks, Honest Bob. So, tonight, just barbecued burgers by the fire, a little bit of winter ale. Of course, fully topped burgers on onion buns, freshly baked today from the bakery. But, ooh, this looks good. Now you probably can't see that, but I've got the traditional cozy tent that I've been staying in. And the new addition is the traditional cozy Quinzhee. So I'm going to head on over and show you what that's all about. Okay, just a quick peek inside. Got the sleeping bag set up with a tarp. You have a little lantern in there for some heat. Got a shovel just in case. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to try and sleep with my head, you know, more towards the door just in case. And I got the shovel in case. Because it is the first day of spring, or the second day of spring here. And I just don't want any problems. Here we are. It's really eerie how quiet it is in here. The snow insulates so much of the outside noise. I'm usually used to hearing trains in the distance and the crackle of the fire. As soon as I turn this lantern off here, it's going to be dead silent, like deafening silent, the type where you can hear the ringing in your ears almost. But it's insanely warm and cozy in here, so I'm going to have no problem in here, I'm sure, sleeping out here tonight. And next winter I'll build one at the start of the season so I can really get some full use out of it. This thing's going to be gone and it's going to be melting in a couple of weeks, but for right now, it's late, I've eaten, and I should get to bed because it's school in the morning. But here's the quick tour. There's the entrance. I got my tarp, and there's really not much to this. It's just as you'd expect, and you know, quite roomy for one or two people in here. I've slept in tents smaller than this, so time to sleep for the night. I'll check in with you guys in the morning, let you know how it went. Hello, good morning everyone. That was a very good sleep. I didn't even notice there was a windstorm last night, but the tent kind of, the wood stove jack and fluid collapsed. But in here, it was absolutely perfect. But I gotta get to school and hit the gang shower because I didn't have a chance to do my shower last night here. So all in all, a very good sleep. Highly recommend it, but it's off to start the day now. And they're gonna make one of these next winter for sure, for the whole winter. There's gonna be bigger than this and better. So if you're still watching next year, you're gonna see a better one than this. But take care. Now you're camping with Steve.